What if the most powerful force in history was never armies, gold, or territory, but accounting? What if behind every empire, every superpower, every rise and collapse, there was something quieter holding it all together? A financial structure invisible to most people, yet decisive in every outcome. Let's dive in. Power is never free. It never has been. Rome taxed provinces, extracting wealth to sustain its legions and administration. Spain extracted silver from the Americas, turning colonial expansion into a source of imperial dominance. Britain controlled global trade routes, using naval supremacy to convert commerce into national power. The Ottomans tied land to military service, transforming territory into a self-financing system. Every empire discovered the same principle. Control must generate revenue to sustain authority. Expansion funded stability. Conquest financed the next campaign. Territory became taxation. Taxation became survival. Behind every army and every golden age stood a financial system quietly sustaining power. Power was never simply seized, it was funded and maintained through economic structures. But something changed. In the modern world, territory matters less than capital flows. Borders still exist, armies still defend nations, and geography still matters, but power no longer depends primarily on land. It depends on markets, financial influence, and economic credibility. Wealth now moves digitally across global networks rather than physically across conquered lands. Trade flows through financial systems instead of caravan routes, and markets at their core run on debt. Capital moves where confidence exists, and influence follows capital. This transformation reshaped history, shifting the foundation of power from physical control to financial architecture. Nations no longer need to expand territory to increase influence, they expand access to capital, credit, and global markets. That transformation reshaped history in ways few people fully recognize. Governments today do not fund power through plunder or tribute. They issue bonds. They borrow from investors, promising repayment with interest in exchange for immediate access to capital. This borrowed capital finances defense, infrastructure, social programs, technological innovation, and geopolitical influence. Borrowing is no longer an emergency measure used only in crisis. It has become structural design, a permanent feature of modern governance. National budgets and long-term planning assume continued access to borrowing. The financial system now allows governments to operate beyond their immediate revenue, sustaining power through future promises rather than present resources. And here is the uncomfortable question. If nearly every major government is in debt, who is funding them? Who provides the capital that keeps states functioning year after year? Who continues lending despite rising debt levels and growing fiscal obligations? The answer reveals the hidden architecture of the global financial system. By 2026, global government debt exceeds $100 trillion. That number sounds destabilizing, even unimaginable in scale, yet the system functions. Markets remain open, investors continue lending, interest payments are made, bonds are traded daily across continents, connecting economies in a vast network of financial exchange. Governments refinance obligations, investors seek stable returns, and capital flows without interruption. Despite its size, the system does not collapse because it operates on mechanisms designed to sustain confidence and maintain stability. Why? Because modern sovereign debt is not ordinary debt. Governments possess authority that individuals and corporations do not. They tax populations to generate revenue. They regulate currency systems and influence monetary conditions. They operate within institutional frameworks designed to maintain stability and enforce obligations. These powers create a level of credibility unavailable to private borrowers. The structure of modern governance provides mechanisms that support repayment over long periods, reinforcing trust among investors. And confidence is everything.
Investors do not lend because debt is small. They lend because they believe the system will endure. They believe economies will continue producing goods and services. They believe institutions will function effectively. They believe political order will remain stable enough to honor obligations. Modern financial markets operate on expectations about the future, and these expectations shape the flow of capital across the world. Belief transforms promises into value. Belief has replaced territory as the foundation of power, but belief is fragile. Unlike land or resources, confidence exists only as long as trust remains intact. It cannot be seized by force or maintained indefinitely without credibility. Financial stability, therefore, depends on perception as much as reality. History shows that financial systems rarely collapse from size alone. They collapse when trust weakens. When markets question stability, borrowing costs rise instantly. Confidence appears in bond yields, which reflect perceived risk. It appears in credit ratings assigned by financial institutions. It appears in currency strength and capital flows. Financial markets evaluate governments continuously, without emotion and without pause, responding instantly to changes in economic or political conditions. This constant evaluation creates discipline. Governments must maintain credibility to retain access to capital, but it also creates vulnerability because shifts in perception can produce rapid consequences. Debt itself is not inherently destructive. It becomes dangerous when growth disappears. As long as economies expand faster than borrowing costs, the structure remains stable. Growth increases tax revenue, strengthens productivity, and supports repayment. Economic expansion transforms debt into manageable obligation rather than existential threat. This is why modern governments pursue growth relentlessly. Stimulus spending during crises is not simply generosity, it is stabilization. Infrastructure investment is not only development, it is productivity enhancement. Technological innovation is not merely advancement, it is fiscal necessity. Economic expansion supports the financial system that sustains national power. Consider the past decade. Economic shocks triggered unprecedented borrowing across the world. Central banks lowered interest rates, trillions were injected into markets, governments increased spending to stabilize economies. The objective was not merely recovery from crisis, it was preserving confidence in the financial system itself. Because once markets fear stagnation without response, confidence erodes. And erosion begins quietly.